Did you know that your body produces enough saliva in your lifetime to fill two swimming pools? That's approximately 25,000 liters of saliva, enough to keep your mouth moist, aid digestion, and protect your teeth for decades. But here's what's even more incredible. This is just one of the countless miracles happening inside you right now as you watch this video. Welcome to today's deep dive into the most sophisticated machine on Earth, the human body. Over the course of this video, we're going to explore 100 meticulously researched facts about your body that will fundamentally change how you see yourself. From the 37 trillion cells working in perfect harmony to keep you alive, to the electrical storms in your brain creating consciousness itself. These facts aren't just trivia. They're windows into understanding the biological masterpiece that is you. We'll journey through different systems and scales, from the microscopic world of DNA to the powerful muscles that move you through space, from the chemistry lab that is your liver to the supercomputer inside your skull. Some of these facts will challenge what you thought you knew. Others will reveal hidden superpowers you didn't know you possessed, and many will simply leave you in awe of nature's engineering. Whether you're a student, a health enthusiast, or simply someone curious about the vessel that carries you through life, these 100 facts have been carefully selected and verified to give you the most comprehensive understanding of human biology possible in a single video. We'll start with foundational facts to build your knowledge base, then progressively reveal more complex and mind-blowing discoveries that scientists have only recently understood. So get comfortable. Maybe grab a notebook if you want to remember your favorites, and prepare to be amazed by the incredible biological machine that you call home. Let's begin with fact number 1. Fact 1. Your body contains approximately 37.2 trillion cells. This number is so vast, it's almost incomprehensible. That's 37,200,000 individual living units working together. To put this in perspective, if you counted one cell per second, it would take you over 1.2 million years to count them all. Each cell is a complete living entity with its own power plants, mitochondria, manufacturing facilities, ribosomes, and command center, nucleus. What makes this even more remarkable is that despite this astronomical number, every single cell knows exactly what to do and when to do it, coordinating with trillions of neighbors in perfect harmony. Fact 2. Your DNA could stretch from Earth to the Sun and back 600 times. If you unraveled all the DNA from just one of your cells, it would stretch about 2 meters. But here's where it gets mind-blowing. Multiply that by your 37 trillion cells, and your total DNA would span about 74 billion kilometers. The distance from Earth to the Sun is about 150 million kilometers, meaning your DNA could make the round trip 300 times over, with enough left over for another 300 trips. This genetic material, thinner than a strand of spider's silk, contains the complete instruction manual for building and maintaining you, written in a 4-letter chemical alphabet that hasn't changed in billions of years. Fact 3. Your heart will beat approximately 2.5 billion times in your lifetime. Starting from before you were born, your heart has been working non-stop, beating about 100,000 times per day, pumping 7,500 liters of blood through your body. That's enough blood to fill about 75 bathtubs every single day. Over an average lifetime of 80 years, your heart will beat roughly 2.5 billion times without taking a single break. This incredible muscle, about the size of your fist, generates enough pressure with each beat to squirt blood 30 feet across a room. The energy your heart produces in a day could power a truck for 20 miles. Fact 4. Your brain uses 20% of your body's total energy, despite being only 2% of your body weight. Weighing in at just 1.4 kilograms on average, your brain is an energy-hungry organ that consumes about 20% of your daily caloric intake. That's roughly 320 calories per day, just to keep your thoughts flowing and your body functioning. This disproportionate energy consumption is necessary because your brain is constantly active, even during sleep. It processes information, maintains vital functions, creates and stores memories, and generates the approximately 70,000 thoughts you have each day. Your brain uses enough energy to power a 20-watt light bulb, which is why we often depict ideas as light bulbs lighting up. Fact 5. You shed and regrow your entire outer layer of skin. Every 28 days, you're literally not the same person you were a month ago, at least on the outside. Your body sheds between 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells every minute, adding up to about 9 pounds of cells per year. This constant renewal means the dust in your home is partly composed of you. Your skin, the body's largest organ, completely replaces itself 900 times in a lifetime. This regeneration process slows as we age, which is why children's cuts heal faster than adults. The skin you're touching right now will be completely gone by next month, replaced by fresh cells from below. Fact 6. Your stomach produces a new lining every 3 to 4 days to prevent it from digesting itself. Your stomach produces hydrochloric acid strong enough to dissolve metal with a pH between 1.5 and 2.0. It's more acidic than battery acid. This powerful acid is essential for breaking down food and killing harmful bacteria. So why doesn't it burn through your stomach? Your stomach lining produces a thick coating of mucus and bicarbonate that neutralizes the acid at its surface. Additionally, the stomach lining completely regenerates every 3 to 4 days, ensuring that any cells damaged by acid exposure are quickly replaced. Without this protection, your stomach would essentially digest itself within hours. Fact 7. Your eyes can distinguish between 10 million different colors. The human eye is remarkably sophisticated, containing about 120 million rod cells for black and white vision, and 6-7 million cone cells for color vision. These cone cells come in 3 types: sensitive to red, green, or blue light. Your brain combines signals from these cones to create the rich palette of colors you perceive. Interestingly, women are more likely to be tetrachromats, having 4 types of color receptors instead of 3, potentially allowing them to see up to 100 million colors. Your eyes are so sensitive that in complete darkness, they could detect a candle flame from 48 kilometers away. Fact chapter 8. Your bones are stronger than steel when compared. Pound for pound. Human bone is an engineering marvel that's both incredibly strong and surprisingly light. Ounce for ounce, bone is stronger than steel. A cubic inch of bone can bear a load of 19,000 pounds, roughly the weight of 5 pickup trucks. This strength comes from bone's unique composition, a matrix of flexible collagen fibers reinforced with rigid calcium phosphate crystals. This combination gives bones the strength of cast iron with only a fraction of the weight. Your bones are constantly being broken down and rebuilt, completely replacing themselves every 10 years, ensuring they maintain their strength throughout your life. Fact 9. Your liver can regenerate itself. Even if 75% is removed, the liver is the only internal organ that can completely regenerate itself. If up to 75% of your liver is removed due to disease or surgery, it can grow back to its full size within a few months. This remarkable ability exists because liver cells, called hepatocytes, can re-enter the cell division cycle when needed. During regeneration, the remaining liver tissue doesn't just get bigger, it actually creates new, functional liver cells. This regenerative capability is so efficient that living liver donation is possible, where a portion of a healthy person's liver can be transplanted to someone in need, with both donor and recipient eventually having full-sized, functioning livers. Fact 10. Your nervous system transmits signals at speeds up to 120 meters per second. Your nervous system is like a biological superhighway, with electrical impulses racing along neurons at incredible speeds. The fastest signals, traveling along large myelinated nerve fibers, can reach speeds of 120 meters per second. That's over 430 kilometers per hour, faster than a Formula One race car. This means a signal can travel from your brain to your toes in less than 1/100th of a second. This speed is crucial for survival, allowing you to react instantly to danger. The myelin sheath that enables this speed acts like insulation on an electrical wire, preventing signal loss and dramatically increasing transmission velocity. Without this biological innovation, your reactions would be too slow to navigate the world safely. Fact 11. Your body produces 25 million new cells every second. While you've been listening to this fact, your body has already produced about 100 million new cells. This constant cellular production is necessary to replace dying cells and maintain your body's functions. Red blood cells are produced at a rate of 2 million per second, skin cells at 30,000 per minute, and intestinal cells completely replace themselves every 2 to 4 days. This cellular factory never stops. By the time you go to bed tonight, your body will have produced over 2 trillion new cells. This process is so efficient that despite losing billions of cells daily, you maintain the same number of cells throughout your adult life through this perfectly balanced system of death and rebirth. Fact 12. Your small intestine has a surface area of about 250 square meters. Though your small intestine is only about 7 meters long and 2.5 centimeters in diameter, its inner surface is covered with millions of tiny, finger-like projections called villi, and each villus is covered with even tinier microvilli. When all these surfaces are accounted for, your small intestine has a total surface area roughly equivalent to a tennis court. This massive surface area is essential for absorbing nutrients from your food. The intestinal lining is only one cell thick in places, about 1/40th the width of a human hair, allowing nutrients to pass quickly into your bloodstream while keeping harmful substances out. Fact 13. Your kidneys filter your entire blood supply 60 times per day. Your kidneys are incredibly efficient. Filtering machines, processing about 180 liters of blood daily to produce just 1 to 2 liters of urine. Each kidney contains about 1 million nephrons, tiny filtering units that clean your blood. These nephrons filter out waste products, excess water, and toxins while retaining essential proteins, glucose, and minerals. Your kidneys are so effective that you can survive with just one functioning kidney, as a single healthy kidney can increase its capacity by 40 to 80% to compensate for the loss of its partner. Every 30 minutes, your kidneys filter all the blood in your body, ensuring that waste products never build up to dangerous levels. Fact 14. Your lungs contain approximately 300–500 million alveoli. Alveoli are tiny air sacs in your lungs where oxygen enters your blood and carbon dioxide leaves it. Each alveolus is about 0.2 millimeters in diameter, but together they create a surface area of about 70 square meters, roughly the size of a badminton court. This massive surface area, compressed into your chest cavity, allows for incredibly efficient gas exchange. With each breath, fresh air travels through 23 generations of branching airways before reaching these alveoli. The walls of alveoli are so thin, about 0.5 micrometers, that gases can easily pass through them, ensuring every cell in your body receives the oxygen it needs to survive. Fact 15. Your body temperature regulated within 0.5 degrees Celsius. Despite external changes, your body maintains a core temperature of about 37 degrees, 98.6 degrees, with remarkable precision, rarely varying by more than half a degree, regardless of whether you're in the Arctic or the Sahara. This thermoregulation is controlled by your hypothalamus, which acts like a biological thermostat. When you're too hot, you produce sweat, up to 3 liters per hour in extreme conditions, which cools you through evaporation. When you're cold, you shiver, with muscle contractions generating heat that can increase your metabolic rate by up to 5 times. This precise temperature control is crucial because your enzymes, which catalyze every chemical reaction in your body, only function efficiently within this narrow temperature range. If you're finding these facts as fascinating as I did researching them, hit that like button. It helps YouTube share this knowledge with others who would love to learn about the incredible human body. Fact 16. You have more bacterial cells in your body than human cells. Recent research reveals that your body hosts roughly 38 trillion bacterial cells, slightly outnumbering your 37 trillion human cells. These bacteria, collectively known as your microbiome, aren't invaders. They're essential partners in your health. They help digest food, produce vitamins K and B12, train your immune system, and protect against harmful pathogens. Your gut alone contains over 1,000 different species of bacteria, weighing about 2 kilograms in total. This bacterial ecosystem is so important that scientists now consider it an additional organ. Changes in your microbiome can affect everything from your mood to your weight to your susceptibility to disease. Fact 17. Your nose can remember 50,000 different scents. Your sense of smell is far more sophisticated than previously thought. Humans have about 400 different types of olfactory receptors, and through combinations of these receptors, we can distinguish between at least 50,000 different odors. Some researchers suggest the number could be as high as 1 trillion. Smell is the only sense directly connected to the limbic system, the brain's emotional and memory centers, which is why certain scents can instantly trigger vivid memories. Women generally have a stronger sense of smell than men, particularly during ovulation, when their olfactory sensitivity increases by up to 10,000 times for certain scents. Fact 18. Your brain creates new neural pathways throughout your entire life. Contrary to old beliefs that the brain stops developing in adulthood, we now know that neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections, continues throughout life. Your brain can actually rewire itself in response to learning, experience, or injury. When you learn a new skill, your brain creates new synaptic connections. And with practice, these pathways become stronger and more efficient. This is why London taxi drivers have enlarged hippocampi from navigating complex streets, and why blind people often develop enhanced hearing. Their brains literally restructure themselves to adapt to their needs. Even in your 80s and 90s, your brain remains capable of forming new connections and even generating new neurons in certain regions. Fact 19. Your tongue print is as unique as your fingerprint. Just like your fingerprints, your tongue has a unique print that could theoretically be used for identification. The tongue's surface has a distinctive geometric shape and physiological texture that varies from person to person. The combination of taste buds arrangement, tongue shape, surface ridges, and furrows creates a pattern that's entirely unique to you. Your tongue contains between 2,000 and 10,000 taste buds, each lasting only about 10 days before being replaced. Interestingly, the tongue is also one of the strongest muscles in your body relative to its size, and is the only muscle attached at just one end. Fact 20. Your body's largest internal organ is your liver, weighing about 1.5 kilograms. Your liver performs over 500 vital functions, making it arguably the most versatile organ in your body. It produces bile for fat digestion, stores vitamins and minerals, regulates blood sugar, produces blood clotting proteins, and detoxifies harmful substances. At any moment, your liver contains about 13% of your body's blood supply. It processes everything you eat and drink, converting nutrients into substances your body can use and removing toxins. Your liver is so essential that you would die within 24 hours if it stopped functioning. It's also the only organ that receives blood supply from two sources, The hepatic artery brings oxygen-rich blood, while the portal vein delivers nutrient-rich blood from your digestive system. Factor 21. You blink. Approximately 15 to 20 times per minute, adding up to 1.2 million blinks per year. Blinking is so automatic, you rarely notice it, yet you do it about 17 times per minute on average. That's over 24,000 times per day. Each blink lasts about 150 milliseconds, meaning you spend roughly 10% of your waking hours with your eyes closed due to blinking alone. Blinking serves multiple purposes. It spreads tears across your eye's surface to keep it moist, removes irritants, and provides brief mental breaks that help your brain process information. Interestingly, you blink less when concentrating, dropping to as few as 3 to 4 blinks per minute when reading or working at a computer, which is why your eyes often feel dry during these activities. Fact 22. Your ears never stop growing throughout your entire life. Unlike most body parts that stop growing after puberty, your ears and nose continue growing throughout your entire life due to gravity and the breakdown of elastic fibers in your skin. Your ears grow about 0.22 millimeters per year, meaning they'll be nearly a centimeter longer by the time you're 80 than they were at 20. But your ears do more than just grow. They're incredibly complex organs containing the 3 smallest bones in your body, the malleus, incus, and stapes, which amplifies sound vibrations by 22 times. Your inner ear also contains the vestibular system, which maintains your balance and spatial orientation. Fact 23. Your saliva contains natural painkillers, more powerful than morphine. Your saliva contains a pain-killing substance called opioorphin, which is 6 times more powerful than morphine. Discovered in 2006, opioorphin works by protecting chemicals that activate opioid receptors in your brain, providing natural pain relief. This is one reason why animals instinctively lick their wounds, and why you unconsciously suck on a cut finger. Saliva also contains antibacterial compounds, growth factors that promote healing, and histatins that help prevent fungal infections. You produce about 1 to 1.5 liters of saliva daily, and without it, you wouldn't be able to taste food, as taste buds can only detect flavors in dissolved substances. Fact 24. Your stomach growls not from hunger, but from muscle contractions, cleaning your digestive system. That rumbling sound your stomach makes, called borborygmi, isn't necessarily a sign of hunger. About every 90 to 120 minutes, your digestive system performs a housekeeping function called the migrating motor complex, MMC. These are waves of electrical activity that trigger muscle contractions, sweeping through your stomach and small intestine to clear out any remaining food particles, bacteria, and debris. The growling sound occurs when these contractions move air and fluids through your digestive system. This cleaning process is most active when your stomach is empty, which is why the sounds are more noticeable when you haven't eaten for a while. Fact 25. Your body has enough carbon to make 9,000 pencils. The human body is approximately 18% carbon by mass, making it the second most abundant element in your body after oxygen. An average adult contains about 16 kilograms of carbon, enough to make 9,000 pencils, as each pencil contains about 1.75 grams of graphite, pure carbon. This carbon forms the backbone of all organic molecules in your body, from DNA to proteins to fats. Every carbohydrate you eat, every protein you build, and every fat you store is structured around carbon atoms. In a very real sense, you are a carbon-based life form, with this element providing the structural framework for the chemistry of life. Fact 26. Your fastest growing hair is your beard hair, growing 0.4 millimeter per day. If you're biologically male, your beard hair grows faster than any other hair on your body, averaging about 0.4 millimeter daily or 14.5 centimeters per year. This rapid growth is driven by testosterone and dihydrotestosterone, DHT. Over a lifetime, without trimming, a beard could theoretically grow to over 9 meters long. The current world record for the longest beard belongs to a man whose beard measured 5.33 meters. Interestingly, beard hair is also the coarsest hair on the human body, with each strand being as tough as copper wire of the same thickness. The average man will spend about 3,350 hours of his life shaving, removing approximately 27 feet of facial hair. Fact 27. Your brain generates enough electricity to power a small LED light. Your brain operates on about 12 to 25 watts of power, enough to illuminate a small LED light bulb. This electrical activity comes from billions of neurons firing electrical impulses, creating measurable brain waves. During waking hours, your brain generates about 85 watts per kilogram of brain tissue. When you're thinking hard, certain regions can increase their power consumption by up to 50%. This electrical activity is so consistent that researchers can identify individuals by their unique brainwave patterns, like a neural fingerprint. The electrical fields generated by your brain are strong enough to be detected outside your skull, which is how EEG machines can monitor brain activity non-invasively. Fact 28. You can survive longer without food than without sleep. While you can survive weeks without food, the record is 382 days under medical supervision. You'd likely die after just 11 days without sleep. Sleep deprivation affects your body faster and more severely than starvation. After just 24 hours without sleep, your judgment becomes impaired, equivalent to being legally drunk. After 72 hours, you may experience hallucinations and paranoia. The longest scientifically documented period without sleep is 11 days, after which the subject experienced severe cognitive and behavioral changes. Sleep is so crucial that every animal species that's been studied sleeps in some form, suggesting it's absolutely essential for life. Fact 29. Your femur can support 30 times your body weight. The femur, your thigh bone, is not only the longest bone in your body, but also the strongest. It can withstand compression forces of up to 1,100 pounds, 2,500 pounds per square inch, and can support up to 30 times your body weight. This incredible strength is necessary because during activities like jumping, the force on your femur can reach 6 to 10 times your body weight. The femur's strength comes from its unique structure, a dense outer layer of compact bone surrounding an inner meshwork of spongy bone arranged along stress lines, similar to the architectural design of the Eiffel Tower. Despite this strength, the femur is relatively light, making up only about 0.3% of your total body weight. Fact 30. Your eyes move in synchronized, jerky motions called saccades, 4 to 5 times per second. Your eyes don't move smoothly when scanning a scene. Instead, they make rapid, jerky movements called saccades, occurring 4 to 5 times per second. Each saccade lasts 20 to 200 milliseconds, during which your vision is essentially turned off to prevent motion blur, a phenomenon called saccadic suppression. This means you're effectively blind for about 90 minutes of each waking day. Your brain fills in these gaps so seamlessly that you never notice them. Saccades are the fastest movements your body can make, with your eyes accelerating at up to 900 degrees per second. This system allows your eyes to quickly focus on points of interest while maintaining a stable visual perception of the world. We're just getting to the mind-blowing stuff. If you want more deep dives like this, consider subscribing. We release new 100 fact videos every week. Fact 31. Your appendix isn't useless. It's a safe house for good bacteria. Long considered a vestigial organ with no function, recent research reveals your appendix serves as a bacterial safe house. When illness flushes out the bacteria in your digestive system, your appendix preserves samples of your healthy gut bacteria, allowing them to repopulate your intestines after you recover. This function is so important that the appendix has evolved independently at least 32 times in different mammalian lineages. People without an appendix are 4 times more likely to have recurrent difficile colitis, a dangerous bacterial infection. Your appendix also contains lymphoid tissue that helps train your immune system during early childhood, producing antibodies and housing white blood cells. Fact 32. Your jaw muscles can exert 200 pounds of force on your molars. The masseter muscle in your jaw is the strongest muscle in your body based on its weight. It can exert a force of up to 200 pounds on your molars and 55 pounds on your incisors. The world record for bite force is 975 pounds, though this risks breaking teeth. Your bite force is limited not by muscle strength, but by your teeth and jaw joints. This powerful bite evolved to help our ancestors crack bones for marrow and chew tough, raw foods. Interestingly, humans have a relatively weak bite compared to other animals. A Nile crocodile can bite with a force of 5,000 pounds per square inch. Fact 33. Your body produces about 1.5 liters of mucus every day. While it might sound unpleasant, mucus is essential for your health. Your body produces about 1.5 liters daily, with most of it being produced in your respiratory and digestive systems. Mucus is 95% water, but contains proteins, antibodies, and enzymes that trap pathogens and particles. In your nose alone, Tiny hair-like cilia beat about 1,000 times per minute, moving mucus and trapped particles toward your throat at about 1–2 centimeters per minute. You swallow most of this mucus unconsciously, about a liter per day. Your stomach acid then destroys any pathogens trapped in it. Without mucus, your lungs would dry out in minutes and your stomach would digest itself. Fact 34. You have handedness in your ears, feet, and even your eyes. Just as you have a dominant hand, you have preferences throughout your body. About 70% of people have a dominant right ear, which they unconsciously turn towards sounds they want to hear better. Your dominant ear is typically better at processing speech and rapid sounds. You also have a dominant eye, ocular dominance, that your brain relies on more for precise positional information. About 65% of people are right eye dominant. Even your feet show dominance, with your dominant foot being the one you'd use to kick a ball. These preferences are controlled by opposite brain hemispheres and can be independent of each other. You might be right-handed, but left-footed and right-eyed. Fact 35. Your adipose tissue, fat, is an active endocrine organ. Far from being passive storage, your fat tissue is an active endocrine organ that produces over 50 different hormones and signaling molecules. These include leptin, controlling hunger, adiponectin, regulating glucose and fat metabolism, and various inflammatory cytokines. Your fat cells communicate constantly with your brain, liver, muscles, and immune system. Brown fat, which makes up about 5% of a newborn's body weight, actually burns calories to produce heat. Adults retain small amounts of brown fat, primarily around the neck and shoulders. When activated by cold, brown fat can burn up to 300 calories per day. This discovery has revolutionized our understanding of metabolism and obesity. Fact 36. Your retina has a blind spot. Where the optic nerve connects, each of your eyes has a blind spot about 15 degrees temporal to your line of sight, where the optic nerve connects to the retina. This area, called the optic disc, has no photoreceptors, creating a blind spot about 7.5 degrees high and 5.5 degrees wide. You don't notice it because your brain fills in the missing information using data from your other eye and surrounding visual information. You can find your blind spot with a simple test. Close your left eye, look at a dot with your right eye, and move an object slowly to the right. It will disappear at about 15 degrees. This demonstrates your brain's remarkable ability to create a seamless visual experience from incomplete information. Fact 37. Your fingernails grow faster than your toenails and faster on your dominant hand. Fingernails grow about 3.5 millimeters per month, while toenails grow only about 1.6 millimeters per month. Your fingernails on your dominant hand grow slightly faster due to increased blood flow from more frequent use. The fastest growing nail is typically on your middle finger, while your thumbnail grows the slowest. Nails grow faster in summer than winter, faster during pregnancy, and faster during the day than at night. If you lose a fingernail, it takes about 6 months to fully regrow, while a toenail takes 12 to 18 months. Nails are made of keratin, the same protein as your hair, and they're actually modified skin cells that die and harden as they're pushed out from the nail bed. Fact 38. Your spleen can contract to release extra blood cells. During exercise, your spleen acts like a biological scuba tank for blood cells. During rest, it stores about 240 milliliters of blood, rich in red blood cells and platelets. During exercise or stress, your spleen contracts, releasing these reserves into circulation, increasing your blood's oxygen-carrying capacity by up to 5%. This is why trained athletes often have larger spleens. The Bajau people of Southeast Asia, who have been free diving for over 1,000 years, have evolved spleens 50% larger than average, giving them extra oxygen reserves for extended dives. Your spleen also filters old blood cells, recycling iron from hemoglobin and destroying cells that are damaged or past their 120-day lifespan. Fact 39. Your tears have different compositions depending on why you're crying. Not all tears are created equal. Your eyes produce 3 distinct types of tears, each with a unique chemical composition. Basal tears, constantly present, contain water, oils, and mucus to lubricate your eyes. Reflex tears, triggered by irritants like onions or dust, contain more antibodies to fight bacteria. Emotional tears, unique to humans, contain 24% more protein and include stress hormones like cortisol and natural painkillers like leucine and kefalin. This is why crying can be cathartic. You're literally releasing stress hormones from your body. Under a microscope, tears from different emotions create distinctly different crystalline patterns when dried. Fact 40. Your bones are constantly being eaten and rebuilt by specialized cells. Your skeleton is in a constant state of demolition and reconstruction. Cells called osteoclasts dissolve old bone tissue using acid and enzymes, while osteoblasts build new bone. This process, called bone remodeling, replaces about 10% of your skeleton each year. In youth, construction outpaces demolition, increasing bone density until about age 30. After that, demolition gradually overtakes construction, leading to age-related bone loss. This remodeling isn't random. Bones strengthen along stress lines where forces are greatest, which is why exercise increases bone density. Astronauts in zero gravity can lose up to 2% of their bone mass per month due to lack of mechanical stress. Fact 41. Your mitochondria have their own DNA inherited, only from your mother. Mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, contain their own circular DNA, separate from the DNA in your cell nucleus. This mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, contains 37 genes essential for cellular energy production. What's remarkable is that you inherit all your mtDNA exclusively from your mother, as sperm mitochondria are destroyed after fertilization. This maternal inheritance has allowed scientists to trace human ancestry through the female line back to mitochondrial Eve, a woman who lived in Africa about 150,000 to 200,000 years ago. Every person alive today can trace their mtDNA back to her. Your mitochondria were once free-living bacteria that formed a symbiotic relationship with early cells about 1.5 billion years ago. Fact 42. Your cerebellum contains more than half of all the neurons in your brain. Though it makes up only 10% of your brain's volume, your cerebellum contains about 69 billion neurons, more than half of your brain's total 86 billion neurons. This dense neural packing gives the cerebellum extraordinary processing power for coordinating movement, balance, and increasingly recognized cognitive functions. The cerebellum's surface area, if unfolded, would cover about 1,228 square centimeters, roughly the size of a small tablecloth. Recent research shows the cerebellum also plays crucial roles in language, attention, and emotional regulation. Damage to the cerebellum doesn't cause paralysis, but makes movement uncoordinated and imprecise, demonstrating its role as your body's quality control center. Fact 43. Your blood vessels could circle the Earth 2.5 times. If you laid all your blood vessels end to end, they would stretch approximately 100,000 kilometers, enough to circle Earth's equator 2.5 times. This vast network includes arteries, veins, and tiny capillaries, with capillaries making up about 80% of the total length, despite being only 5 to 10 micrometers in diameter. Your capillaries are so narrow that red blood cells must travel through them in single file, sometimes deforming to squeeze through. This extensive network ensures that no cell in your body is more than a few cell widths away from a blood supply. Your heart pumps blood through this entire network, making a complete circuit in just 60 seconds. Fact 44. Your immune system can create 10 billion different antibodies. Your immune system has the theoretical capacity to produce 10 billion different antibodies, more than the number of stars in the Milky Way. This incredible diversity comes from a process called VDJ recombination, where gene segments are randomly combined to create unique antibodies. Each B cell produces only one type of antibody, but your body maintains millions of different B cells, each ready to recognize a different potential threat. This means your immune system can respond to pathogens that don't even exist yet. Once exposed to a specific pathogen, your body creates memory B cells that can quickly produce the right antibodies if you encounter that pathogen again, sometimes providing immunity for life. Fact 45. Your gut influences your brain through the vagus nerve. Superhighway. The gut-brain axis is a bidirectional communication system, with 90% of the signals traveling from gut to brain via the vagus nerve. Your gut contains 500 million neurons, more than in your spinal cord, forming the enteric nervous system, often called your second brain. Your gut bacteria produce 95% of your body's serotonin and 50% of its dopamine, neurotransmitters crucial for mood regulation. This is why digestive problems often coincide with anxiety or depression. The vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve, carries signals about inflammation, nutrient levels, and bacterial metabolites directly to your brain, influencing everything from your appetite to your emotional state. Fact 46. Your muscles remember previous training through cellular changes. Muscle memory isn't just about remembering how to ride a bike. Your muscles undergo permanent cellular changes with training. When you build muscle through exercise, muscle fibers recruit additional nuclei from satellite cells. These extra nuclei persist even after muscles atrophy from disuse, sometimes for decades. When you resume training, these dormant nuclei quickly reactivate, allowing faster muscle regrowth than initial development. This cellular memory means that muscle gained in youth provides advantages throughout life. Studies show that mice given extra muscle nuclei through exercise in youth maintained advantages in old age, even without continued training. This discovery has revolutionized our understanding of the long-term benefits of exercise. Fact 47. Your pineal gland produces DMT, one of the most powerful psychedelic compounds. Your pineal gland, a tiny pine cone-shaped structure in your brain, produces trace amounts of dimethyltryptamine, DMT, one of the most powerful naturally occurring psychedelic compounds. While its exact function in humans remains mysterious, DMT levels may spike during birth, death, and extreme stress. The pineal gland primarily produces melatonin, regulating your sleep-wake cycle, but it also contains the enzymes necessary to produce DMT. Some researchers theorize that endogenous DMT might play a role in dreams, near-death experiences, and mystical states. The pineal gland has been called the third eye in various spiritual traditions, possibly due to its sensitivity to light despite being deep within the brain. Fact 48. Your telomeres act as biological clocks, shortening with each cell division. Telomeres are protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes, like plastic tips on shoelaces, preventing DNA from fraying during replication. Each time a cell divides, telomeres shorten by 5,200 base pairs. When telomeres become critically short, after 50 to 70 divisions, the Hayflick limit, cells enter senescence or die. This process essentially acts as a biological clock for aging. Newborns have telomeres about 11,000 base pairs long, while elderly individuals may have telomeres only 5,000 base pairs long. Lifestyle factors affect telomere length. Chronic stress, smoking, and obesity accelerate shortening, while exercise, meditation, and healthy diets may slow it. The enzyme telomerase can extend telomeres, but it's mostly active only in stem cells and, unfortunately, cancer cells. Fact 9. Your body can produce natural opioids 200 times stronger than morphine. Your body produces endorphins, natural opioid peptides that bind to the same receptors as morphine, and heroin. The most powerful, dynorphin, is 200 times more potent than morphine in laboratory tests. These endogenous opioids are released during exercise, excitement, pain, and orgasm, creating natural highs and pain relief. Runner's high occurs when prolonged exercise triggers endorphin release, producing euphoria and reduced pain perception. Your body carefully regulates these powerful compounds. Too much dynorphin is associated with depression and stress responses. This natural opioid system is why placebo effects can provide real pain relief. Believing you'll feel better can trigger endorphin release. Fact 50. Your hippocampus generates about 700 new neurons every day. Contrary to the long-held belief that adults can't grow new brain cells, your hippocampus produces about 700 new neurons daily through a process called neurogenesis. This occurs primarily in the dentate gyrus, a region crucial for forming new memories and spatial navigation. By age 50, you will have replaced all the neurons you were born with in this region with adult-generated cells. Exercise, learning, and social interaction boost neurogenesis, while stress, sleep deprivation, and alcohol suppress it. These new neurons are more excitable and plastic than mature neurons, making them particularly important for forming new memories and adapting to new experiences. This ongoing neurogenesis is why you can continue learning throughout life. Fact 51. Your body uses quantum mechanics in photosynthesis, like processes. Recent discoveries show that quantum mechanical processes occur in your body at body temperature, defying previous assumptions that quantum effects required extreme cold. In your eyes, photoreceptors use quantum entanglement to detect single photons of light. The protein cryptochrome in your retina may use quantum mechanics to sense Earth's magnetic field, possibly giving humans a weak magnetic sense. Your sense of smell might involve quantum tunneling, where electrons jump through barriers they shouldn't classically be able to cross. Even more remarkably, enzymes throughout your body use quantum tunneling to accelerate chemical reactions by factors of thousands or millions, making life's chemistry possible at body temperature. Fact 52. Your pancreas contains about 1 million islets of Langerhans. Within your pancreas, approximately 1 million tiny cell clusters called islets of Langerhans function as micro-organs, comprising only 1–2% of the pancreas's mass, but performing its endocrine functions. Each islet contains about 1,000 cells of 5 different types, working in concert to regulate blood sugar. Beta cells, 65–80% of islet cells, produce insulin, while alpha cells, 15–20%, produce glucagon. These cellular communities communicate through gap junctions and paracrine signaling, creating synchronized responses to blood glucose changes. The loss of just 10–20% of beta cell mass can lead to diabetes. Remarkably, islets can sense glucose levels and adjust hormone production within seconds, maintaining blood sugar within a narrow range despite massive fluctuations in food intake. Fact 53. Your lymphatic system transports 3 liters of fluid daily. Your lymphatic system, often called the body's sewage system, collects about 3 liters of excess tissue fluid daily, filtering it through 600–700 lymph nodes before returning it to your bloodstream. This clear fluid, called lymph, carries white blood cells, proteins, and fats that are too large to return directly through blood capillaries. Unlike blood circulation, lymph movement relies entirely on muscle contractions and breathing, which is why physical inactivity can cause swelling. Your lymph nodes act as filtering stations, trapping bacteria, viruses, and cancer cells. During infections, lymph nodes swell as they fill with white blood cells fighting pathogens. The largest lymphatic organ, your spleen, filters about 350 liters of blood daily. Fact 54. Your circadian rhythm affects nearly every cell in your body. Almost every cell in your body has its own molecular clock, synchronized by the master clock in your brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus. These cellular clocks regulate when genes are expressed throughout the day, affecting everything from hormone production to cell division. About 43% of all protein-coding genes show circadian rhythmicity in at least one tissue. Your liver alone has over 3,000 genes that turn on and off in 24-hour cycles. This is why shift work increases risks of obesity, diabetes, and cancer. It disrupts cellular timing throughout your body. Even your gut bacteria follow circadian rhythms, with different species dominating at different times of day, affecting how you digest food. Fact 55. Your body produces 180 grams of glucose daily, just for your brain. Your brain is extraordinarily glucose dependent, consuming about 120 grams of glucose daily, 60% of your body's glucose utilization at rest. When glucose isn't available from food, your liver performs gluconeogenesis, creating about 180 grams of glucose daily from proteins and fats. This process is so important that multiple backup systems exist. Your muscles can break down proteins to provide amino acids. Fat cells release glycerol, and your liver can convert lactate from muscles back into glucose. During starvation, your brain can partially adapt to using ketone bodies for fuel, but it always requires some glucose. This is why your blood glucose is so tightly regulated. Too little causes confusion and unconsciousness within minutes. Fact 56. Your inner ear contains crystals that tell you which way is up. Inside your inner ears, utricle and saccule, are thousands of tiny calcium carbonate crystals called otoconia, or ear stones. These crystals, denser than surrounding fluid, shift with gravity and acceleration, bending hair cells that signal your head's position to your brain. Each crystal is 3 to 30 micrometers across, shaped like a multifaceted jewel. You're born with all the otoconia you'll ever have. They don't regenerate if damaged. As you age, some crystals can break loose and float into your semicircular canals, causing benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV, where certain head positions trigger severe dizziness. These biological accelerometers are so sensitive, they can detect head tilts of less than 1 degree. Fact 57. Your kidneys regulate blood pressure through the renin-angiotensin system. Your kidneys don't just filter blood, they're master regulators of blood pressure through an elegant hormonal cascade. When blood pressure drops, specialized cells in your kidneys release renin, triggering a chain reaction. Renin converts angiotensinogen from your liver into angiotensin I, which your lungs convert to angiotensin II, one of the body's most powerful vasoconstrictors. This hormone makes blood vessels constrict, tells your kidneys to retain sodium and water, triggers thirst, and stimulates aldosterone release from adrenal glands. This system is so central to blood pressure regulation that blocking it with ACE inhibitors, or ARBs, is a primary treatment for hypertension. Your kidneys essentially decide your blood pressure set point. Fact 58. Your skin can see light and has its own circadian clock. Your skin cells can detect light independently of your eyes, containing the same photoreceptors, opsins, found in your retina. Skin cells use this light information to regulate their own circadian clocks, controlling when they divide, repair DNA, and produce protective compounds. UV light exposure triggers immediate protective responses in skin cells, including DNA repair, enzyme production, and melanin synthesis, without involving the brain. Your skin's clock is why wound healing is 60% faster during the day than at night. Even cultured skin cells in laboratory dishes maintain 24-hour rhythms, showing that your skin actively participates in whole-body circadian coordination rather than passively receiving timing signals. Fact 59. Your red blood cells squeeze through capillaries smaller than their own diameter. Red blood cells are about 7 to 8 micrometers in diameter, but must squeeze through capillaries as small as 3 micrometers. They accomplish this by their unique biconcave disc shape and remarkable flexibility. The cell membrane can bend and fold without breaking, while the hemoglobin inside flows like a liquid. This deformation actually improves oxygen delivery by bringing hemoglobin closer to capillary walls and increasing surface area exposure. Each red blood cell makes this journey about 250,000 times during its 120-day lifespan, traveling through your circulatory system about 1,000 times. Old, stiff red blood cells that can no longer deform are trapped and recycled by your spleen, ensuring only flexible cells remain in circulation. Fact 60. Your brain shrinks by 5% during the day and re-expands at night. Your brain physically shrinks by about 5% during waking hours and re-expands during sleep. This daily cycle is driven by changes in cell volume and the spaces between brain cells. During the day, cellular activity causes metabolic waste to accumulate in brain tissue. At night, your brain cells shrink, increasing intercellular space by up to 60%, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to flush through and remove toxins, including amyloid beta associated with Alzheimer's disease. This glymphatic system is 10 times more active during sleep than waking. The physical shrinkage is why you're actually about 1 centimeter taller in the morning. Your spine also decompresses during sleep. Fact 61. Your body contains enough phosphorus to make 2,200 match heads. An adult human body contains about 750 grams of phosphorus, primarily in bones and teeth as calcium phosphate. This amount could produce approximately 2,200 match heads. Phosphorus is essential for life. It forms the backbone of DNA and RNA, provides the P in ATP, your cellular energy currency, and comprises 85% of your bone's mineral content. Every cell membrane in your body contains phospholipids. You need about 700 milliliters of phosphorus daily, mostly obtained from protein-rich foods. Remarkably, your kidneys precisely regulate phosphorus levels. Too much causes calcium to leach from bones, while too little impairs cellular energy production. This element is so crucial that phosphorus depletion is incompatible with life. Fact 62. Your heart has its own brain of 40,000 neurons. Your heart contains approximately 40,000 neurons, forming an independent nervous system that can sense, feel, learn, and remember independently of your brain. This heart brain sends more signals to your cranial brain than it receives back. Your heart can continue beating, even when disconnected from the brain, as seen in heart transplants. The heart's nervous system produces and releases its own neurotransmitters and can modify its activity based on incoming information. Heart rate variability patterns directly influence brain function, affecting emotional processing and cognitive performance. This is why breathing exercises that regulate heart rhythm can immediately impact mental state. You're literally using your heart's neural network to influence your brain. Fact 63. You're taller in space by up to 5 centimeters. Without Earth's gravity compressing your spine, astronauts grow 3 to 5 centimeters taller in space. The 23 intervertebral discs in your spine, which normally bear your body weight, expand when that pressure is removed. This happens within hours of reaching orbit. The expansion can cause back pain as muscles and ligaments stretch. Astronauts must account for this height change when fitting spacesuits. Upon returning to Earth, they shrink back to normal height within days, though the recompression can be painful. This same principle explains why you're about 1 to 2 centimeters taller when you wake up than when you go to bed. Yin down allows your discs to rehydrate and expand without the compression of gravity. Fact 64. Your neurons can transmit pain signals faster than a Formula One car. The fastest pain signals, called A-delta fibers, transmit sharp, immediate pain at speeds up to 120 meters per second, about 432 kilometers per hour, faster than a Formula One car's top speed. These myelinated fibers are responsible for the initial ouch that makes you pull your hand away from a hot stove. The slower C fibers, traveling at just 2 meters per second, carry the dull, throbbing pain that follows. This dual-speed system evolved for survival. Fast fibers trigger immediate protective reflexes, while slow fibers encourage rest and healing. Your spinal cord can initiate withdrawal reflexes before pain signals even reach your brain, saving crucial milliseconds that could prevent serious injury. Fact channel 5. Your body produces 2 million red blood cells every second. Your bone marrow is a cellular factory producing 2 million red blood cells per second. That's 173 billion per day. This constant production is necessary because each red blood cell only lives about 120 days. At any moment, you have about 25 trillion red blood cells, comprising 84% of all cells in your body. Each cell is packed with 270 million hemoglobin molecules, and each hemoglobin can carry 4 oxygen molecules. The hormone erythropoietin, produced mainly by your kidneys, regulates this production based on oxygen levels. Athletes who train at high altitudes naturally boost their red blood cell production, while synthetic EPO has become one of sport's most abused performance enhancers. Fact 66. Your liver performs over 500 different functions simultaneously. Your liver is arguably your body's most versatile organ, performing over 500 vital functions simultaneously. It produces bile for digestion, stores vitamins and minerals, manufactures blood proteins, converts ammonia to urea, regulates blood clotting, metabolizes drugs, stores glycogen, produces cholesterol, filters blood, generates heat, creates immune factors, and processes every single nutrient absorbed by your intestines. Your liver processes about 1.4 liters of blood per minute, filtering out toxins while producing essential compounds. It's the only organ that can regenerate from as little as 25% of its original mass. Without your liver, toxins would accumulate fatally within hours. Its complexity is why creating an artificial liver remains one of medicine's greatest challenges. Fact 67. Your neurons create new connections at a rate of 700,000 per second in early childhood. During the first years of life, your brain forms neural connections at an astounding rate of 700,000 per second. By age 3, a child's brain has approximately 1,000 trillion synapses, twice as many as an adult brain. This overproduction is followed by synaptic pruning, where unused connections are eliminated, making remaining networks more efficient. This is why early childhood experiences are so crucial. They literally shape the brain's architecture. The connections that remain are wrapped in myelin, increasing transmission speed by up to 100 times. This process continues into your mid-20s, which is why the teenage brain is particularly vulnerable to drugs and alcohol. It's still under construction. Fact 68. Your stomach acid could dissolve a razor blade. Your stomach produces hydrochloric acid with a pH of 1.5–2.0, strong enough to dissolve zinc and even razor blades. A study showed that razor blades lost 63% of their mass after 24 hours in stomach acid. This powerful acid serves multiple purposes: breaking down proteins, activating digestive enzymes, absorbing minerals like iron and calcium, and killing most bacteria and pathogens. Your stomach produces 1.5 to 3 liters of gastric juice daily. The acid is so corrosive that your stomach lining must produce 500,000 new cells per minute to replace those destroyed. Special cells produce bicarbonate to neutralize acid at the stomach wall, creating a pH gradient from 2 in the center to 7 at the surface. Fact 69. Your body's water content could fill a 40-liter container. An average adult human body contains about 60% water by weight, roughly 40 liters for a 70-kilogram person. This water isn't evenly distributed. Your blood is 92% water. Your brain and heart are 73% water. Your lungs are 83% water. Muscles and kidneys are 79% water. Bones are 31% water. And even teeth are 10% water. Water serves as a solvent, temperature regulator, lubricant, shock absorber, and transport medium. You lose about 2.5 liters daily through urine, sweat, breathing, and feces, requiring constant replacement. Losing just 2% of your body water impairs performance. 7% causes hallucinations. 10% requires medical attention. and 20% is typically fatal. Fact 70. Your bone marrow produces 500 billion blood cells daily. Your bone marrow, found mainly in your pelvis, sternum, vertebrae, and ribs, produces approximately 500 billion blood cells every day. This soft, spongy tissue comprises only 4% of your body weight, but is one of the most metabolically active organs. Red marrow produces all blood cell types: red blood cells for oxygen transport, white blood cells for immunity, and platelets for clotting. In children, all bones contain red marrow, but by adulthood, much converts to yellow marrow, mostly fat, in long bones. During severe blood loss, yellow marrow can convert back to red marrow to increase blood cell production. Your marrow contains stem cells so potent that a bone marrow transplant can completely replace someone's blood and immune system. Fact 71. Your brain can process images in as little as 13 milliseconds. MIT researchers discovered the human brain can identify images seen for just 13 milliseconds, about 75 frames per second. This is faster than the refresh rate of most computer monitors and far exceeds the 24 frames per second needed for perceiving smooth motion. This ultra-rapid processing allows you to quickly scan environments for threats or opportunities. Your visual cortex processes information in parallel streams, one for identifying what objects are, the what pathway, and another for determining where they are and how they're moving, the where pathway. This speed is possible because your brain predicts what it expects to see, comparing predictions with input rather than building perception from scratch. Fact 72. Your small intestine hosts 100 trillion bacteria, weighing 2 kilograms. Your gut microbiome contains roughly 100 trillion bacteria, 10 times more than human cells in your body, weighing about 2 kilograms total. These bacteria comprise over 1,000 species with 3.3 million unique genes, 150 times more than human genes. Your gut bacteria produce vitamins K and B12, help digest complex carbohydrates, train your immune system, produce neurotransmitters affecting mood, regulate metabolism, and protect against pathogens. Each person's microbiome is unique, like a fingerprint, influenced by birth method, diet, environment, and medications. Fecal transplants can transfer one person's microbiome to another, treating certain infections and potentially obesity, depression, and autoimmune diseases. You're not just human. You're a walking ecosystem. Fact 73. Your lungs contain 2,400 kilometers of airways. Your respiratory system contains approximately 2,400 kilometers of airways when all branches are measured, enough to stretch from New York to Miami. This extensive network begins with your trachea and branches 23 times like an inverted tree, becoming progressively smaller until reaching the 300 to 500 million alveoli. The total cross-sectional area increases with each branching, slowing air velocity to nearly zero in alveoli, allowing efficient gas exchange. This branching pattern, called fractal geometry, maximizes surface area while minimizing volume. The same mathematical pattern appears in blood vessels neurons, and trees. Your lungs must balance air distribution perfectly. Uneven ventilation reduces efficiency and can cause respiratory failure. Fact 74. Your body temperature rises by 0.5 degrees Celsius for every 1% of body water lost. Dehydration directly impacts your ability to regulate temperature. For every 1% of body weight lost through dehydration, your core temperature rises by about 0.5 degrees Celsius during exercise. This happens because blood volume decreases, reducing blood flow to skin for cooling. A 2% water loss, just 1.4 liters for a 70 kilos person, significantly impairs performance and thermoregulation. Your body prioritizes maintaining blood pressure over cooling, redirecting blood from skin to vital organs. This is why dehydration dramatically increases heat stroke risk. Marathon runners can lose 6 to 10% of body weight through sweat, requiring careful hydration strategies. Your thirst mechanism only kicks in after 1–2% dehydration, meaning if you're thirsty, you're already impaired. Fact 75. Your retina can detect a single photon of light. Under ideal conditions, your retina's rod cells can detect single photons, the smallest unit of light. This incredible sensitivity means your eyes can theoretically see a candle flame from 48 kilometers away on a dark night. Rod cells achieve this through a cascade amplification system where one photon triggers millions of molecular changes. A photon striking rhodopsin protein causes it to change shape, activating hundreds of transducin molecules, each activating a phosphodiesterase enzyme that destroys thousands of cGMP molecules, causing ion channels to close and generating an electrical signal. This amplification means your eyes are operating at the physical limits of detection. Any more sensitive, and you'd see random thermal fluctuations. Fact 76. Your body produces 1.5 liters of saliva every day, containing natural antibiotics. You produce about 1.5 liters of saliva daily, enough to fill 3 water bottles. Saliva is 99.5% water, but that remaining 0.5% contains remarkable compounds, enzymes that begin digesting food, antibacterial proteins like lysozyme and lactoferrin, antibodies, IgA, providing immune defense, growth factors promoting wound healing, and natural painkillers stronger than morphine. Saliva also contains minerals that repair tooth enamel and bicarbonate that neutralizes acids. Without saliva, you couldn't taste food. Taste buds only detect dissolved substances. Your teeth would rapidly decay, and your mouth would become infected. Dry mouth from medications or disease dramatically increases dental problems and oral infections. Your saliva composition changes throughout the day and in response to what you're about to eat. Fact 77. Your cartilage is 85% water and has no blood supply. Cartilage, the smooth tissue cushioning your joints, is 85% water in youth, decreasing to 70% with age, with no blood vessels, nerves, or lymphatics. Nutrients reach cartilage cells only through diffusion from surrounding fluid, which is why cartilage heals poorly. Movement pumps fluid through cartilage like squeezing a sponge. Why exercise benefits joints while immobility causes stiffness. Your cartilage can withstand compression forces exceeding 10 times body weight during jumping. The lack of blood supply means cartilage contains specialized cells that survive in low oxygen environments. Once damaged, cartilage rarely fully repairs itself, leading to arthritis. Scientists struggle to engineer replacement cartilage because recreating its unique properties, strong yet flexible, smooth yet durable, remains challenging. Fact 78. Your fastest nerve signals travel 50% faster than a Boeing 747. The fastest nerve signals in your body travel at 120 meters per second along large, myelinated motor neurons. That's 432 kilometers per hour, about 50% faster than a Boeing 747's typical cruising speed of 280 km/h. These high-speed signals control voluntary muscle movements and carry sharp pain sensations. The myelin sheath enabling this speed is 80% fat, acting like insulation on electrical wire. Signals jump between gaps in myelin, nodes of Ranvier, in a process called saltatory conduction, increasing speed 100-fold over unmyelinated nerves. Multiple sclerosis destroys myelin, dramatically slowing signals and causing movement problems. Interestingly, nerve conduction velocity decreases by 2 meters per second for every 1 degree C drop in body temperature. Fact 79. Your cellular powerhouses, mitochondria, operate at 50 degrees C. Despite your body temperature being 37 degrees C, the internal temperature of active mitochondria reaches approximately 50 degrees, 122 degrees Celsius. These cellular furnaces maintain this temperature through the energy released during ATP production. This heat generation is so significant that mitochondria are your body's primary heat source. Brown fat cells contain extra mitochondria, specifically for heat production, with proteins that allow energy to be released as pure heat rather than stored as ATP. This localized heating may help enzymes work more efficiently and could explain why slight fevers enhance immune function. The discovery that mitochondria run hotter than surrounding cells has revolutionized understanding of cellular metabolism and drug design. Fact 80. Your immune system creates 10 million different T-cell receptors through random gene recombination. Your T-cells generate diversity through random recombination of gene segments, creating approximately 10 million different T-cell receptors. Each T-cell carries about 30,000 copies of its unique receptor. This vast repertoire ensures you can recognize virtually any foreign protein that could ever exist. During development in the thymus, T-cells undergo education. Those recognizing self-proteins are eliminated, negative selection, while those recognizing MHC molecules survive, positive selection. Only 2% of developing T-cells pass this stringent selection. The surviving T-cells can recognize infected or abnormal cells, coordinate immune responses, and remember pathogens for decades. This random generation of diversity means identical twins have different T-cell repertoires despite identical genetics. Fact 81. Your brain consumes 260 calories just while you sleep. Even during deep sleep, your brain burns approximately 260 calories over 8 hours, more energy than a 30-minute jog. This energy powers essential nighttime processes: memory consolidation, toxin clearance, cellular repair, and dream generation. During REM sleep, brain energy consumption actually exceeds waking levels in some regions. Your brain waves during sleep can reach 30 microvolts in amplitude, generating enough electricity to be detected through your skull. The sleeping brain rehearses daytime experiences, strengthening important memories while discarding trivial ones. Growth hormone peaks during deep sleep, repairing tissues and building muscle. Without adequate sleep, your brain cannot efficiently clear amyloid beta, potentially increasing Alzheimer's risk. Fact 82. Your tongue can detect tastes in 0.09 seconds. Your taste buds respond to chemical stimuli in just 1.5 milliseconds, faster than you can blink. This speed is crucial evolutionarily, allowing immediate detection of poisons or spoiled food. Each taste bud contains 150 receptor cells of different types, creating complex taste profiles. Contrary to popular belief, there's no tongue map. All taste types can be detected across your tongue. You can distinguish between at least 100,000 different flavors through combinations of taste, smell, temperature, and texture. Your taste preferences are 50% genetic and 50% learned. Interestingly, taste receptors exist throughout your body, in your intestines, pancreas, lungs, and even sperm, serving various non-taste functions. Fact 83. Your body can survive without food for 30 or 40 days, but only 3 to 4 days without water. The human survival rule of threes states 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. However, survival records far exceed these guidelines. The longest medically documented fast lasted 382 days, with the subject losing 125 kilograms. During starvation, your body follows a predictable sequence, first depleting glucose, 1 day, then glycogen, 2-3 days, then fat, weeks, and finally, protein from muscles and organs. Your brain, initially glucose-dependent, adapts to use ketone bodies from fat breakdown. Water is far more critical. Dehydration impairs every bodily function. You can lose 40% of body weight from starvation, but only 15% from dehydration before death occurs. Fact 84. Your Achilles tendon can withstand forces of 1,000 pounds. The Achilles tendon, your body's thickest and strongest tendon, can withstand forces exceeding 1,000 pounds, about 12.5 times body weight during running. This incredible strength is necessary because it experiences the highest loads of any tendon. During sprinting, forces can reach 2,000 pounds. The Achilles acts like a spring, storing and releasing energy with 93% efficiency, contributing 35% of the energy needed for running. It can stretch up to 10% of its length without damage. Despite its strength, the Achilles has relatively poor blood supply, making it slow to heal when injured. It's named after the Greek hero whose only vulnerability was his heel. Appropriately, as Achilles' injuries can end athletic careers. Fact 85. Your pupils can dilate up to 45% when you look at someone you love. Pupil dilation isn't just about light. It's an involuntary response to emotional and cognitive states. When viewing someone you're attracted to, pupils can dilate up to 45%, making eyes appear more attractive, hence bedroom eyes. This response is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system and can't be consciously controlled. Your pupils also dilate when solving difficult problems by 25%, listening to music you enjoy by 20%, or experiencing fear by 30%. Interestingly, women's pupils dilate more during ovulation. Poker players often wear sunglasses not just to hide eye movements, but to conceal pupil dilation that might reveal excitement about their cards. This pupillary response is so reliable, it's used in some lie detector tests. Fact 86. Your cerebrospinal fluid completely replaces itself 4 times per day. Your brain and spinal cord float in approximately 150 milliliters of cerebrospinal fluid, CSF, which completely replaces itself 4 times daily. The choroid plexus in your brain produces about 600 milliliters of CSF per day, 3 times the total volume. This constant circulation serves multiple purposes: cushioning your brain, reducing its effective weight by 97%, removing metabolic waste, delivering nutrients, and maintaining consistent pressure. CSF flows in a recently discovered system called the glymphatic system, which is 10 times more active during sleep. This nightly brainwashing may explain why all animals sleep despite its dangers. Without this cleansing, toxic proteins accumulate. Disrupted CSF flow is linked to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other neurological diseases. Fact 87. Your body produces enough heat in 30 minutes to boil 2 liters of water. At rest, your body produces about 100 watts of heat, similar to an incandescent light bulb. During exercise, this can increase to 2,000 watts, comparable to a space heater. In just 30 minutes of intense exercise, you generate enough heat energy to boil 2 liters of water from room temperature. This heat is a byproduct of metabolism. Only 25% of energy from food becomes useful work. 75% becomes heat. Your body must constantly dissipate this heat to maintain temperature. You radiate heat like a 37 degrees blackbody radiator, losing about 60% through radiation, 25% through evaporation, and 15% through conduction and convection. Without cooling mechanisms, intense exercise would raise body temperature fatally within 15 minutes. Fact 88. Your eyes make 100,000 movements per day. Your eyes are in constant motion, making approximately 100,000 movements daily through a combination of saccades, quick jumps, smooth pursuit, tracking, vergence, convergence, divergence, and microsaccades, tiny involuntary movements. Even when you think you're staring steadily, your eyes make 50 to 60 microsaccades per second to prevent visual adaptation. These movements are controlled by 6 extraocular muscles per eye, the fastest muscles in your body. Your eyes move in perfect synchronization, a feat requiring precise neural control from multiple brain regions. During REM sleep, your eyes move rapidly despite closed lids, giving this sleep phase its name. Eye movement patterns are so unique, they can be used for biometric identification, more reliable than fingerprints. Fact 89. Your body can produce its own cannabis-like compounds. Your body produces endocannabinoids, cannabis-like molecules that bind to the same receptors as THC from marijuana. The two primary endocannabinoids, anandamide, named from Sanskrit for bliss, and 2-AG, regulate pain, mood, appetite, memory, and inflammation. Runner's high is partially caused by elevated endocannabinoid levels, not just endorphins. These compounds are produced on demand, act locally, and are rapidly broken down. Your endocannabinoid system is so fundamental that it appears in all vertebrates and even some invertebrates, evolving 600 million years ago. Chocolate contains compounds that inhibit endocannabinoid breakdown, potentially explaining its mood-enhancing effects. This system is why cannabis has medical effects. It mimics your body's own regulatory molecules. Fact 90. Your skeleton is completely replaced. Every 10 years through constant remodeling, your skeleton undergoes constant renovation, with 10% replaced annually, meaning complete replacement every decade. This remodeling involves 1 to 2 million sites simultaneously active throughout your skeleton. Osteoclasts dissolve old bone using acid and enzymes, creating cavities that osteoblasts fill with new bone. This process repairs microfractures, adapts bone strength to mechanical demands, and maintains calcium balance. Your bones are most dense at age 30. Afterward, breakdown gradually exceeds formation. Exercise stimulates bone formation through piezoelectric effects. Bones generate electrical charges under stress that attract calcium. Astronauts lose 1 to 2% of bone mass monthly in zero gravity due to absent mechanical loading. Your skeleton is literally shaped by how you use it. Fact 91. Your body has 78 organs, with 5 being absolutely vital for survival. Scientists now recognize 78 distinct organs in the human body, including recently classified organs like the mesentery and interstitium. However, only 5 are absolutely essential for survival: brain, heart, lungs, at least 1 kidney, and liver. You can live without your stomach, spleen, gallbladder, appendix, reproductive organs, colon, and many others. Modern medicine allows survival without some vital organs. Dialysis replaces kidneys, ventilators replace lungs, and pacemakers support hearts. The interstitium, recognized as an organ in 2018, is a network of fluid-filled spaces throughout your body, potentially explaining how cancer spreads. The mesentery, reclassified as an organ in 2017, connects intestines to the abdominal wall and may play roles in disease we're only beginning to understand. Fact chapter 92. Your brain storage capacity equals 2.5 million gigabytes. Your brain storage capacity is virtually unlimited for practical purposes, estimated at 2.5 petabytes, 2.5 million gigabytes. This could store 3 million hours of TV shows or 300 years of continuous video. Unlike computers, your brain doesn't store memories in single locations, but distributes them across neural networks. Each of your 86 billion neurons connects to 10,000 others on average, creating 860 trillion connections. Memory storage strengthens or weakens these connections rather than filling up space. Your brain compresses memories, storing concepts rather than exact details, and reconstructs memories when recalled rather than playing them back. This is why memories change slightly each time they're remembered. You're literally rewriting them. Fact 93. Your stomach growls louder when empty, due to echo chamber effect. Empty stomach growls are louder than full stomach sounds due to acoustic physics. When empty, your stomach and intestines form resonating chambers that amplify sound waves from muscle contractions. These contractions, part of the migrating motor complex, occur every 90 to 120 minutes during fasting, creating waves that travel from stomach to colon at 5 centimeters per minute. The sounds, called borborygmi, can reach 60 decibels, as loud as normal conversation. When full, food dampens these acoustics like furniture in an empty room. These hunger pangs aren't actually hunger signals, but housekeeping waves clearing debris. True hunger is signaled by the hormone ghrelin, produced when your stomach is empty for 3 to 4 hours. Fact 94. Your body produces 7,000 different types of proteins from just 20,000 genes. Through a process called alternative splicing, your 20,000 genes produce over 7,000 different proteins. Some genes create hundreds of variants. This explains how humans' complexity arises from fewer genes than many plants. Alternative splicing allows different cell types to produce different proteins from the same gene. For example, the DSCAM gene can theoretically produce 38,016 different proteins through alternative splicing. Post-translational modifications further multiply diversity, adding chemical groups that change protein function. A single protein can have over 200 modification sites, creating astronomical possible variations. This protein diversity from limited genes is like writing millions of books using the same 26 letters. The complexity lies in arrangement, not quantity. Fact 95. Your nails grow faster. During pregnancy and summer nail growth accelerates 20–25% during pregnancy due to increased hormones and blood flow. Similarly, nails grow 10–15% faster in summer than winter, likely due to increased vitamin D production and circulation. Fingernails grow 3.5 mm monthly on average, but this varies by finger. Middle fingernails grow fastest, thumbs slowest. Your dominant hand's nails grow slightly faster due to increased blood flow from use. Nails also grow faster during the day than night, following circadian rhythms. Illness, stress, and aging slow growth. Remarkably, nails continue growing for several days after death as cells at the nail bed complete their life cycle. Astronauts report faster nail growth in space, possibly due to increased blood flow to extremities in microgravity. Fact 96. Your heart creates enough pressure to squirt blood 30 feet. With each heartbeat, Your left ventricle generates pressure of 120 mmHg, 2.3 psi, enough to shoot blood 30 feet horizontally if an artery were cut. This pressure is necessary to overcome gravity and vascular resistance, delivering blood to your brain 1 to 2 feet above your heart, and to your toes 5 to 6 feet below. Your heart generates about 1.3 watts of mechanical power, but requires 6 watts of metabolic energy due to 20% efficiency. Over a lifetime, your heart does enough work to lift 30 tons to the top of Mount Everest. The pressure wave from each heartbeat travels through arteries at 5 to 10 meters per second, much faster than blood flow itself, 0.5 meters per second. This is why you feel a pulse immediately, despite blood taking time to arrive. Fact 97. Your hippocampus shrinks 1 to 2% annually. After age 50, accelerating memory, decline. After age 50, your hippocampus, crucial for forming new memories, shrinks 1–2% annually, accelerating age-related memory decline. However, this isn't inevitable. Exercise can increase hippocampal volume by 2% even in elderly adults, effectively reversing 1 to 2 years of age-related shrinkage. The hippocampus is one of only 2 brain regions where new neurons grow throughout life. Chronic stress accelerates shrinkage through cortisol exposure, while meditation, social interaction, and learning can slow or reverse it. London taxi drivers have enlarged hippocampi from navigating complex streets. Depression causes hippocampal shrinkage, but it's reversible with treatment. Your hippocampus also plays unexpected roles in imagination and envisioning future scenarios, not just remembering the past. Fact 98. Your body's smallest muscle is in your ear, measuring just 1 millimeter. The stapedius muscle in your middle ear is your body's smallest skeletal muscle, at just 1 millimeter long. Despite its size, it serves a crucial protective function through the acoustic reflex. When exposed to loud sounds, the stapedius contracts within 40 milliseconds, dampening vibrations of the stapes bone by up to 20 decibels. This protects your delicate inner ear from damage. The reflex also activates when you speak, reducing your own voice by 15 decibels. Otherwise, you damage your hearing every time you talked. People with stapedius paralysis suffer from hyperacusis, painful sound sensitivity. Interestingly, the stapedius contracts slightly when you're about to speak, preparing your ears before sound is even produced. Fact 99. Your body glows with visible light, too weak for eyes to detect. Human bodies emit visible light through bioluminescence. You literally glow in the dark. This light is 1,000 times weaker than your eyes can detect, but ultra-sensitive cameras reveal a faint visible light emission following circadian rhythms. The glow peaks in late afternoon and is lowest at night. Your face emits the most light, particularly the cheeks and forehead. This bioluminescence results from metabolic reactions involving reactive oxygen species interacting with proteins and lipids. The phenomenon differs from infrared thermal radiation. This is actual visible light in the 400–700 nanometer range. Athletes and younger people glow brighter due to higher metabolic rates. This discovery suggests all living things emit light as a byproduct of biochemical reactions. Fact 100. Your DNA can store 215 million gigabytes of data. Per gram DNA is nature's ultimate storage device. 1 gram can theoretically store 215 petabytes, 215 million gigabytes of data. Your body contains about 6 grams of DNA total, with a theoretical storage capacity exceeding all digital data ever created by humanity. DNA storage is incredibly dense, stable, lasting thousands of years under right conditions, and energy efficient. Scientists have successfully stored books, images, and even movies in synthetic DNA. Your genome contains 3 billion base pairs, equivalent to 750 megabytes of data when stored digitally. Yet this genetic code, if printed in standard font, would fill 200 phone books of 1,000 pages each. DNA's quaternary code, ATCG, is more efficient than binary, and its double helix provides built-in error correction through redundancy. As we reach the end of our journey through these 100 incredible facts about the human body, take a moment to appreciate the miraculous biological machine that you inhabit. From the 37 trillion cells working in perfect harmony to the quantum mechanical processes enabling your vision. From the 2 million red blood cells born every second to the brain that somehow generates consciousness itself, you are a walking collection of miracles that science is only beginning to understand. What we've explored today reveals a profound truth. You are far more remarkable than you probably realized when you started watching this video. Your body performs feats of engineering, chemistry, and physics that surpass our most advanced technology. Your brain processes information faster than supercomputers. Your immune system adapts to threats that don't yet exist. Your bones are stronger than steel, and your DNA contains more information than all the libraries in the world. Perhaps most remarkably, all of this complexity emerges from a single fertilized cell, following instructions written in a 4-letter genetic code that connects you to every living thing on Earth. Your body rebuilds itself constantly, replacing your skeleton every decade, your skin every month, your stomach lining every few days. You are literally not the same person you were when you started watching this video, having produced millions of new cells and processed thousands of thoughts. These facts aren't just fascinating trivia, they're invitations to marvel at your own existence. The next time you feel a heartbeat, take a breath, or simply move your hand. Remember the extraordinary processes making these simple actions possible. Your body coordinates trillions of cellular operations every second, maintains your temperature within half a degree, filters your entire blood supply every 30 minutes, and does it all while you go about your day, usually without giving it a second thought. Understanding your body's capabilities should inspire you to treat it with the respect it deserves. Every choice you make, what you eat, how you move, when you sleep, how you manage stress, directly impacts this incredible system. Your body has evolved over billions of years to be remarkably resilient, but it also responds powerfully to how you treat it. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the human body's wonders. If you found these facts as mind-blowing as I did while researching them, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We release new 100 fact videos every week, each one meticulously researched and designed to expand your understanding of our amazing world. Share this video with someone who would appreciate learning about the incredible machine they live in. Leave a comment telling us which fact surprised you the most. I read every single one and love hearing what resonates with our viewers. Remember, you're not just a person watching a video. You're a collection of cosmic elements, assembled into conscious matter, capable of understanding your own existence. You're a universe of cells working together, a living testament to billions of years of evolution, and quite literally, the most complex thing we know of in the universe. Until next time, keep marveling at the miracle that is you.